I once gave my friend some money so that he could mass produce his famous secret sauce. His secret sauce was good. Our hope was that my partnership with him would enable our community to enjoy his special sauce and provide useful jobs in and around the community. In the end, we hoped that this secret sauce would help produce a better culture. When we invest our reservoirs of our savings into stocks, we are actually shaping culture. As Christians, we can create beautiful or ugly culture, depending on how we invest. For example, if we invest all of our money to own a part of a new Greek restaurant, we're hoping that our community will eat more Greek food. When we invest all of our money to own a GoPro business, we're hoping more and more people will record their adventures with cameras strapped to their surfboards or helmets. When we invest our reservoirs of savings in the stock of a company, we become participants of the business decisions of that company, acting as a part owner of that business. And the company looks to us, its shareholders, for guidance and feedback. It does this through giving shareholders voting rights and allowing shareholders to choose who will be on the board of directors. As mentioned earlier in this lesson, when a company sells products or services that harm culture, like Microsoft's pornographic game Metropolis Lux Obscura, if the Christian shareholders are silent, raising no objections with their voting rights, this means management presumes that what they're doing is acceptable. In Southern California, after 5 years of drought, we had heavy rains, which resulted in a super bloom of golden poppies in certain areas. While my family was walking through the bright golden hills of the super bloom, my daughter Sage, who was 4 at the time, saw the flowers and wanted to pick them. She looked up at me and I smiled. And so she picked the poppies and then I took a picture of her. It was an adorable picture. Except as I was taking the picture, my wife came running over to me yelling, "It's illegal to pick the poppies." So while it was my daughter who illegally picked the poppies, I actually share some moral responsibility for her actions, since my daughter looked towards me to see whether I approved. In the same way, every time a manager of company makes policy, produces products, or changes their strategic vision, they are actively looking to the shareholders to see if what they're doing is aligned to the interests of their shareholders. Christians, through their investment of their reservoirs into the shares of companies, can actually fully embrace this type of moral responsibility and seek to proclaim the fragrant interests of Christ to the culture-creating companies of this world. Jesus Christ is the ultimate owner of our money, and we should always look to him for discretion in how to invest his money. There are companies that are feeding, connecting, sheltering, and repairing culture in ways that are beautiful and helpful. Our reservoir savings should focus on investing in those types of companies and avoid investing in the types of companies that are actively destroying our culture. While this may seem like an overwhelming responsibility, there are actually investing companies who will do the work for you through their investment products. In your activity on the next slide, you'll have an opportunity to research the investment companies who are allowing Christians to focus on investing in good culture-creating stocks. A gardener brings to life either flowers or weeds in his garden, depending on where he waters. In the same way, a Christian investor can bring to life either weeds or flowers in their neighborhood, depending on how they invest. Christians can bring to life beautiful culture if they fully embrace their moral responsibility for how they invest and seek to proclaim the fragrant interests of Christ to the managers of this world's capital.